We finally have a first look at Keanu Reeves' long-awaited Berserker, with its biggest first-look updates. And what director Justin-Lin just revealed is about to change everything we know about this project. The Fast and Furious veteran, who officially signed on to direct the Netflix adaptation back in March 2025, just confirmed that he, Reeves, and screenwriter Mattson Tomlin have been actively working together to finalize the vision for this immortal warrior epic. But that's just one of many new updates we got, because the groundwork being laid right now goes way beyond just one film. First up, the director's connection with Reeves actually started with something completely different. When Lin's independent drama Last Days ran into serious financial trouble while trying to get off the ground, Reeves personally stepped in as an angel investor. Guys, the John Wick star made calls and helped secure the financing for Lin's passion project without even taking a producer credit, simply because he believed in the story about missionary John Allen Chow. This act of generosity clearly forged a powerful creative bond between the two, and now they're officially teaming up for Berserker. Here's where things get really interesting for the production schedule. Mattson Tomlin, who handles the screenplay, has been attached to Berserker since October 2021. Development moves slowly because Tomlin was simultaneously busy creating Netflix's Terminator Zero anime and co-writing The Batman Part 2 alongside director Matt Reeves. This means Tomlin will need to be on set for any necessary script changes throughout 2026. Reports say with The Batman Part 2 not releasing until October 4th, 2027, there's a strategic window opening up for Berserker to potentially start production once Lin and Reeves are both available. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Berserker became the highest ordered first issue by comic shops in the entire 21st century. Netflix recognized this phenomenon immediately and came aboard in March 2021, right around the comic's launch, to develop both a live-action movie and an anime series. Reeves is confirmed to star as B and produce the film through his company Films banner alongside Ross Ritchie and Stephen Christie from Boom Studios, with Adam Yolen executive producing. When does Berserker actually start filming? Based on Lin's recent comments, the timeline isn't entirely clear yet, but here's what we know. Lin's emphasis on efficiency and his active collaboration with Reeves suggests they're pushing to lock the script and get cameras rolling sooner rather than later. With most of Reeves' upcoming projects either in post-production or stuck in elongated development, Lin and Reeves may be able to hit the ground running faster than expected. Industry insiders estimate Berserker could potentially begin production in late 2026 or early 2027, positioning the film for a 2027 or 2028 release window. Netflix hasn't officially announced a release date, but the streaming giant clearly sees Berserker as a major franchise play, betting big that this will become their next John Wick-level action tentpole. Reeves himself has been relatively tight-lipped about specific release dates, but he's dropped several fascinating hints about the project's progress and his creative involvement over the years. Back in 2022, after Tomlin completed the first full draft of the screenplay, Reeves revealed there was a 33% chance he would direct the film himself. He explained that with his previous directorial effort, Man of Tai Chi, he became the director specifically because he was so involved in the writing process that he couldn't hand it over to someone else. Reeves clarified he wasn't quite there yet on Berserker, expressing interest in having a creative collaborator and seeing what they could bring to the adaptation. That collaboration materialized in March 2025, when Justin-Lin officially signed on as director. At San Diego Comic-Con 2024, both Reeves and Tomlin appeared together, with Tomlin revealing he had just turned in another draft of the script. Reeves credited Netflix as being a great partner on both the live-action film and anime projects. And when asked about toning down the graphic violence from the comics, Reeves assured fans that Netflix has no qualms at all about keeping the R-rated bloodshed intact. During a 2021 interview on The Today Show, Reeves discussed how Berserker originated from his desire to create a character who could punch people through their chests and rip their arms off, emphasizing this wasn't John Wick but something entirely different. A character cursed with violence trying to reclaim his humanity. In October 2024, while promoting the Book of Elsewhere novel he co-wrote with author China Miéville, Reeves candidly admitted that movies are tough to get made. Acknowledging the long development process but remaining optimistic about Berserker's future, do you think Reeves should have directed this himself, or is Justin-Lin the perfect choice for Berserker's brutal action? The behind-the-scenes production team assembling for Berserker reads like an all-star action movie roster. The budget for Berserker is estimated at around $80 million, positioning it as a major mid-budget action tentpole designed to deliver high-octane combat, cutting-edge special effects, and extensive period piece sequences spanning millennia. One of the most exciting behind-the-scenes details involves John Wick franchise director Chad Stahelski. During production of John Wick Chapter 4, Reeves reportedly consulted with Stahelski specifically about how to adapt the most difficult and brutal fight scenes from the Berserker comic to live action. Stahelski may end up consulting on the action choreography for Berserker, which would bring John Wick-level fight coordination with a supernatural twist. Reeves has also expressed strong interest in personally choreographing action sequences and hiring his own stunt team, a rare level of creative control that Netflix has granted him through an exclusive deal. This agreement reportedly allows Reeves to select the director and key crew members himself, ensuring the adaptation stays true to his original vision. We have more crazy news about the plot and villain details, but this isn't even as crazy as the stuff we'll talk about later regarding Berserker's connection to ancient mythology. The villain situation in Berserker is complex and layered across multiple levels, much like the comic's 12-issue arc. The primary antagonist in the original comic is a scientist named Caldwell, who runs a shady black ops cell within the US government where the immortal warrior B works. Caldwell's officially stated goal is to help B unlock the secrets of his immortality so B can finally become mortal and die, something B desperately desires after 80,000 years of endless violence. In exchange, Caldwell gets access to B's clones and godlike power, ostensibly for America's military advantage. However, Caldwell has sinister ulterior motives that come to light in the comic's climax. After B returns to the Saudi Arabian desert where he was born and encounters a phoenix-like cosmic force connected to his creator, a mysterious lightning god entity, Caldwell's cult manages to siphon off a strand of B's divine energy. Caldwell absorbs this power, transforms into an evil version of B with the same Berserker abilities, and goes on a killing spree. Beyond Caldwell, the true antagonistic force in Berserker's story is B's own curse. He's half mortal, half god, born 80,000 years ago and compelled to extreme violence at the cost of his sanity. His divine father, the lightning god, imbued him with this curse for mysterious reasons that B spends millennia trying to uncover. Throughout history, B has been used as a weapon in countless wars, from ancient battles to medieval conquests to modern military operations. The movie adaptation will likely streamline these antagonistic elements, potentially focusing on Caldwell's betrayal in the present day, while using flashbacks to explore B's violent past and his relationship with his divine creator. What's the plot behind Berserker? The plot of Berserker centers on an immortal warrior known only as B, who's half mortal and half god, cursed and compelled to violence for 80,000 years. After wandering the world for centuries and fighting in every major war throughout human history, B may have finally found a refuge working for the US government to handle missions too violent and too dangerous for anyone else. In exchange for his services, B will be granted the one thing he desperately desires, the truth about his endless blood-soaked existence and how to finally end it. The story operates on two timelines. In the present day, B works with a doctor named Diana and the mysterious scientist Caldwell, undergoing therapy sessions where he digs into his 80,000 years of memories while being sent on brutal Black Ops missions. These missions often reduce B to nothing more than pulverized muscles and bones, but his godlike regeneration brings him back every time. The flashback timeline explores B's origins, showing how he was born in the Saudi Arabian desert 80,000 years ago to a mortal mother and a divine father, a lightning god entity who cursed him with berserker rage and immortality. Partnership between Netflix, Boom Studios, and Reeves Company Films also suggests significant financial backing for Berserker. Netflix has been aggressively pursuing big-name talent and franchise potential, especially in the action genre. Securing Reeves for a property he created, same with Justin Lin directing, positions Berserker as a potential tentpole that could launch multiple sequels or spin-offs. The comic structure following B through different historical periods provides built-in sequel opportunities. This isn't a studio-mandated superhero movie or a licensed property being exploited for quick cash. It's a story Reeves wanted to tell. Characters and concepts he developed with his creative collaborators, and now he's working with filmmakers he trusts to bring that vision to life. The movie is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious comic adaptations in years, with Keanu Reeves starring in his own creation, Justin Lin directing with his proven action expertise, and a 2-season anime expanding the universe even further. Subscribe for all the latest updates on this project and everything else in the world of entertainment news. Drop a comment below, let me know what you guys think about all this.